Hello. I wanted to jump in and do a quick overview around unicorn selling, our unicorn sales system. If you have an offer that is selling, but you just don't feel like it's irresistible enough, today's video is going to help you get crystal clear on what you need to be doing. So I work with my clients on creating multi-six-figure months by selling high ticket. But when we talk about high ticket, we're talking about premium opportunities, and I call them unicorn offers. For the past 28 years, almost 29, I've been helping my clients really curate the most irresistible unicorn offers possible and sell them. And that results in you being beautifully compensated for your work. I've got some notes in front of me from one of my recent masterclass sessions that I did with a handful of private clients. Because the biggest problem I see is when you're selling, you're just in competition with everyone else. And a lot of salespeople, business owners, entrepreneurs are selling from a place of trying to showcase their product, service, or offer as a solution to a problem and really focusing on the pain points and really focusing on the struggles that people are having. But as consumers, as empowered buyers, we also want to see how it's going to help us fulfill and achieve a vision, a dream, a desire. It can't just always be about the pain. One, it's a boring place to sell from. And two, it doesn't align with that place of empowered buyer. Everything that we do inside the unicorn sales system is very much around truly honoring and respecting our buyers. Just like you and I, we've worked incredibly hard to make the money we've made, and we deserve to be seen and heard and spend the money how we want to sell it. I have been in so many situations where I feel like I've just been pushed. And people have said, well, if you can't make this decision now, I'm taking the offer off the table. People that are successful make bold decisions. They make quick decisions, like that whole pressure, that energy of pressure and pushing sales. And when you're playing in the unicorn universe, it's about the buyer, the empowered buyer. They don't need fake manipulation. They don't need a million follow-ups. They don't need fake urgency or scarcity. And we forget that in the sales process. We forget that we're talking to someone on the other side of the line that has a budget or has bills to pay. We were sharing some examples in the mastermind session recently about buying experiences, and there were some shockers. One gentleman was told about 11 years ago to sell his car to get into a coaching program. Another client was told to get a loan to go onto a retreat in, I think it was Bali, overseas. We have to remove all that noise in this space and go back to our empowered buyers and put ourselves in their shoes. We talk a lot about human psychology and emotional triggers when we're in the buying process, but we forget that the buyer is a human being that does have a budget, that has worked very hard to make the money they've made, and they deserve to say yes as an effortless yes, or it's their right to ask questions. It's their right to say no if it's not a good fit without being pushed into something they don't want, they don't need. So let me share some ideas around what you could start doing to sell more, but in the most transparent, authentic, I don't want to say nurturing because we don't want to nurture our buyers, but raw, real, honest, and transparent is the best word to use here in the sales process. So think about your selling process. Are you standing out as a category of one, or are you just a white horse in a sea of other white horses? Because every single one of my 7, multi-7, 8-figure clients are seen and positioned as a category of one. So their products, services, and offers are selling at high ticket because the buyer can't get what they are getting from this brand, this company, this individual, anywhere else. And this is why I call it a unicorn, because there is so much noise in the online space. But when you're a unicorn, you cut through the noise, and your number one job is to cut through the noise. So my first invitation for you today around looking at your sales process is really define your unique selling proposition, your USP, your unique transformation. What makes you different? What makes your product, your service, your offers different? Because that needs to go up in lights. Inside the Unicorn sales system, we really look at providing so much value before transaction that when people come to you, whether they come to you from a DM or they book in a sales call with you or someone from your sales team, they're almost sold because you've shown them what it is you can actually help them with. You've shown up for them. And it gets to be a conversation. And I truly, truly believe that conversations often lead to conversions, not sales calls, not strategy sessions, but conversations, human being to human being. And we have forgot the art of connection in sales over the years. I have seen it myself firsthand. We have forgotten the art of connection in the sales process. It was around Christmas time, so it was a few months ago now, and I was really wanting to get some help with my LinkedIn. I thought it'd be really great if I could get someone that can just kind of take over the LinkedIn ads, the LinkedIn outreach. We use a lot of AI, but I really wanted that human connection, and no one on my team wanted to take it on board. No one was really an expert in that space. I didn't have a LinkedIn unicorn on my team. So I did some researching. I was in that larger market formula of really being in that information gathering mode. I was reading reviews, going to websites, listening to podcasts, reading books. I was doing all the things. And I found an individual who that was their job. They only take on 4 clients a month. So I watched their video. It went for 112 minutes. Just the webinar, 112 minutes. I don't have 112 minutes. I don't know about you. I don't have that kind of time. Then I had to get on a call, on a sales call. From the time that I put in to get on a calendar call with them, I had 11 messages. 11 messages in less than 48 hours. Reminding me, giving me some inspirational quotes, making sure that I was showing up. I've watched the 112-minute webinar. I've booked the call. I've now had 11 messages. I get on the call with a gentleman, and he proceeded to ask me, out of like 1 to 100, how invested are you in the success of your business? 1 to 10, how likely are you to yada, 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 yada. He hadn't looked into my business. He didn't see what kind of empire I've built, that I've been in business for almost 3 decades. He didn't know that I was a unicorn in my space, knew nothing. Spoke to me like I was just Joe Blow off the street. No human connection. No tonality around my business, my experience, my wisdom. So he spoke. I finally had to cut him off and just tell him the truth. Like, I'm ready to buy. I'm in that hyper buying mode. I'm in that 3% of the larger market formula. 1, he didn't even know what I was talking about. 2, he said, well, we really have to go through the script. And he was reading from a script. There was no personality. There was, and I'm going to use the word again, no human touch, no connection there. And then I said, I just need to know how much it is. Like, Even though I have an empire, I still have bills to pay, I still have staff to pay, I still work off a budget. And he said, I can't tell you that information yet. So I very politely said, I'm just going to cut the call short. I was a buyer. You had me. I just needed to know some details. I needed an opportunity to speak. I needed an opportunity to find out how much it was. I had questions I wanted answered. I didn't want you interviewing me from a 1 to 10, from a 1 to 100. Like, there is so much fluff and noise in the sales space. I don't know about you. I don't have the time. I don't have the inclination. I am an empowered buyer. By the time I get on a call, I know that I'm in that 3% hyper buyer mode. I don't need my objections met. I don't need them to say, is somebody else a decision maker that needs to be on the call? Like, none of that traditional sales process works for me. And that's what I love about the Unicorn sales system, is it's all bespoke, it's custom. We're not reading a cookie cutter script. It's bespoke to you and to your unicorn offers. But my invitation to you today is to look so deeply into, am I the one? Am I showing up as a category of one, as a unicorn? Or am I just getting lost in the noise? Because once you can articulate that and you weave that into your core messaging and your brand identity, whether you're an individual, a brand, or a company, that cuts through the noise. Because if they can get what you're selling anywhere else, it's just a race to the bottom on price. It's mass marketing. It's out to the volumes. Instead, if you have a product, service, or offer that is so incredibly unique that people can't get what you're selling, your magic, your brilliance, they will pay premium price points because pricing becomes irrelevant. So really look at that deeply today and really define that uniqueness within your business. You want to also showcase how your sales process as a individual, a brand, or a company is different. People can go and hire setters and closers and have people selling for them, all day long. But if you are a unicorn, if you are a category of one, don't you want your sales process to be different? Don't you want it to be unique? And don't you want it to be a conversation rather than a sales call or a strategy session? Now, I'm the first one to say the unicorn sales system is not for everyone. It is incredibly unique, and it is for the ones that really want to cut through the noise. They don't want to waste people's time with 112-minute webinars and sales calls and 11 text messages in such a short time frame. It's overwhelming. It's bombarding. People have better things to do with their time. So instead, let's move to more of that really empowered buyer, providing value before transaction and going back to the art of connection in an online space, having conversations with people about what they need right now. Because I can tell you I've made this mistake many times before. When you sell something to someone that they don't want or they don't need, it becomes this horrible energy. They start doing chargebacks, asking for refunds, often slandering your name, your business's name. It's better to get it right the first time and have people coming to you through an attraction methodology rather than pushing them into a process. You want to elevate them, pull them up with you to make a decision that is right for them as the empowered buyer. This methodology, this sales system changes everything because you are seen very quickly as the category of one, as the unicorn, and people are reaching out to you. You're not doing cold calling, you're not spam emailing. It becomes a very different experience for you, and one where the empowered buyer is seen, is heard, feels like they can decide for themselves without any manipulation, scarcity, fake urgency, 11 follow-ups in a very short time frame. So think about you as the category of one. It doesn't matter what you're selling. You need to show up and be positioned, remembering positioning is what other people are saying about you when you're not in the room, and be authentic and transparent. Make it easy for people to say yes. Don't make them jump through hoops. People's time is so precious. It's incredibly precious. So let's honor their time and give them what they need in the most transparent, upfront way, because they get to decide how they spend their money. And the art of connection is what is going to move you from where you are now to really skyrocketing your sales, welcoming clients and customers, customers that are aligned, and you are beautifully, beautifully compensated for your work. I just had a massive bottle of sparkling water. My apologies for my hiccups. If you would like me to have a look at your sales system, how you're selling, and give you some personal feedback and recommendations, no charge, zero obligation, write unicorn below or a unicorn emoji, and I would love to give you some one-on-one recommendations about how you can make more sales through the unicorn sales system in a way that is transparent and that truly honors and respects the empowered buyer. Or send me a private message. Would love to find out more about your category of one, what you could do to be a category of one, and how you can do that with your very own sales system and process in your business, whether you're an individual, a brand, a company. Unicorn sales system is game changing. It is the category of one in this sales space. All right, wishing you so much luck, so much success. Reach out or comment below and we'll have a personal chat, a conversation where I can help you get crystal clear on your sales process as a unicorn, a category of one in your space. Thanks for your time, everyone, and bye for now.